So the misinformation squad's victims will just pile up day by day. Pressure campaigns led to our friend Dan Bongino being permanently banned from YouTube over rightly questioning the efficacy of masks. And OAN was just dropped by DirecTV after it faced calls from far-left advocacy groups and craven talking heads on CNN. Again, misinformation. So the new censors seek to purge any traditional or conservative viewpoints from the public square. Even liberals who question them are ultimately called the purveyors of misinformation. And they're using government and big tech to stifle free speech and end all debate. They'll ultimately come for you, I promise you. You know the result, though, of one group controlling everything you know? It's called misinformation. Joining me now is J.D. Vance, Ohio Senate candidate. J.D., I always say this, when you allow one group of activists to shut down debate, they ultimately come for other people on the left because that's all they have is gobbling up other points of view and suppressing them. Your thoughts on this tonight?
Yeah, you're exactly right. Look, at the end of the day, it's not about misinformation. It's not about public health or anything else. It's about controlling the narrative, because the Democrats know that if they have to face us in an honest debate, they're going to lose. So they try to control the narrative. They try to control the facts, and they use their big tech allies to do exactly that. You know, one of the things I try to remind people, though, is that this is enabled by weak Republicans that we send to Washington that refuse to fight back against the tech industry and all of the institutions that control information in this country. So one of the guys running against me in the Senate is Matt Dolan, a guy who owns the Cleveland Indians. And when the woke mob came after the Cleveland Indians, he bent the knee and changed their name. At the end of the day, if you're not willing to stand up for a team that you own, a legacy institution in the state of Ohio, how can you actually stand up against Facebook, against Google, against Fauci, against all of the powerful actors that are making it hard for conservatives to actually have a fair stake in this debate?
Well, China, former Soviet Union, Russia today, they all use the misinformation lingo. When you really dig in and you read the translations of contemporary, quote, state-sponsored journalism, it's all about we have to protect the community from dangerous misinformation that hurts public harmony. All the lingo that's being used in schools to shut down concerns about COVID restrictions, misinformation. I mean, they are all working in lockstep, JD, and they're even now going after Substack. The Washington Post is taking its, quote, misinformation crusade against them, saying conspiracy theorists banned on major social networks connect with audiences in newsletters and podcasts. Newsletter company Substack is making millions off anti-vaccine content. JD, they need to crush all dissent. They are so scared right now.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, these people were all hall monitors in middle school, and now they've decided they're going to complain to the principal whenever they see anything that challenges their worldview. You know, it's not just COVID. I think one of the big issues where misinformation is used to censor conservatives is the immigration debate, right? Think about how many of our own voters, Laura, think about how many media personalities have been censored for pointing out the fact that you've got floods of people coming across the southern border, completely unchecked, of course, bringing fentanyl, which is killing our people, bringing sex trafficking. They're censoring that, too. At the end of the day, these people are trying to control the debate in this country because they know they can't win in a fair fight. And the thing I'd ask, Laura, is think about the history of this. When has the group of people trying to censor the debate, censor the narrative, ever been the good guys? They never are.
Well, JD, Republicans have to stand up to big tech, stop falling on the ground for them, which is what they did year after year after year. Huge mistake not to take action against them where appropriate. JD, good to see you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.